mentioned, we had a fantastic weekend of play. I could not be more pleased with our team right now and the direction that we're headed in, and just the mentality that our team is bringing to the court each day has been really exciting and fun to be in the gym each week, to get better individually and to get better as a team. So we certainly put that into play this weekend against two very strong opponents. With Lamar, I mean, Steve was mentioning our defensive effort all weekend and holding our opponents to the hitting percentage that we were able to hold them to. And I have to give a big shout out and credit to Megan Nash. Megan Nash is one of our blockers and attackers in the front row, but she is, if you've never seen her play, she's a really fun player to watch. She's a player that works very, very hard. And when you're talking about blocking and you talk about defense, that's all about effort. And yes, there's obviously skill work involved in that, but it's all about heart and effort, and are you going to put in the time and are you going to put in the grit, even if you get faked out, to still make that play. And that's, every time I think of those meanings, that's what I think of when I think of Megan Nash. So again, if you haven't seen this player play, you're definitely missing out. And she was key in our blocking efforts, and even when she wasn't stuff blocking balls, she was certainly channeling balls right to our best defenders, and Amy South and Allie Kemp and everyone else that plays back row for us, Corey Hunt. So again, could not be more pleased with our efforts. Another thing that really stood out to me this weekend with this team was in set one of both matches, we were making some uncharacteristic unforced errors, and really weren't allowing the other team to have to raise their level or really do anything to make us do anything different. And we called a couple of timeouts and just expressed that, listen, if we can cut down on these unforced errors, we're doing a lot of other good things, and good things will continue to happen. And that certainly was the case as we finished out set one at Lamar, and same thing, a very tight match in set one versus Sam Houston State. So I was really pleased to see our players respond and then just take off in set two of both of those matches. Got on some really impressive serving runs behind Heather Schnars, Amy South, and Megan Nash, and just again the defensive effort and the offensive execution was really fun to see. We had an interesting weekend. After we played at Lamar, we actually left Lamar and headed to Sam Houston State. However, our bus decided to break down at midnight, and so we were kind of stuck on the side of the road in between those two locations, literally in the middle of nowhere. Everyone kept asking us, where are you? And we would tell them where we were, and they were like, where is that? That's in Texas? And we're like, supposedly that's where we are. So we ended up getting in at 4:30 in the morning and ended up canceling our practice just because we obviously need a little bit more rest, did some film work, and just was, again, really pleased to see our players take the floor in the fashion that they did on Saturday. It was also really nice to see, we had two alumni come to the Sam Houston State match, Alicia Dietrich and Scout Brooks, so that was awesome to see them and their families, and for the players to get to reunite with those guys. So again, could not be more pleased. We're excited about this kind of upcoming break, which is very atypical for a volleyball season. We were supposed to be playing Texas A&M and Corpus Christi during this time. However, as you guys know, we moved that match to our preseason, so that does give us that 11-day, 10-day stand without a match. And I think, when you look at the season of volleyball, you kind of get this lull at times in the month of October, and you get a little banged up because the season's been going on for quite some time, and your players have been training since July very, very hard. And so this break, I think, as far as not having a match, is coming at a great time. Players are excited that they actually get a fall break like the rest of the student population. I know a lot of them are going to be going home to visit family and friends, so obviously we're hoping to have safe travels there and on their return. So.